You really don't want to go into a place that's not growing actively. Because if you're trying to grow and the place is staying stagnant, there's a very good chance, especially as an intern, that you are going to have very little to do. Now, if it's a massive corporation or something, obviously if it's growing is going to be difficult for it. You'll probably have more opportunities. If it's a small business that intends to just stay that one small shack and you haven't got any experience, you can go into that, but just realize that over a year, maybe 2 years, it's not going to make very much sense to stay there. You need to have an understanding that the questions that they ask you are informing their culture. Very important. So, why this matters is because most interns waste the biggest leverage point. If you don't go into growth, you're going to end up choosing stagnation. Culture is not a poster, guys. It's something that shows up in how beginners are treated somewhere. That's the importance of culture. When you go into work, in the first couple times you're going to work, you really want to find a mentorship opportunity rather than a list of tasks to do. And I think a lot of people make this mistake, but it might just not be a mistake for them. I think the vast majority of people just assume that that's what jobs are, a list of tasks to show up day in and day out and then do that thing. I hope you're watching this video because you're looking for an opportunity that excites you and that helps you grow in the meantime. I own a dental practice, and the thing that I've heard from the podcasts that I've done and the people that I've gotten to know that were in the positions of my employees, like for instance being dental auxiliaries, is that they were constantly looking for something new to do, because after 6 months they basically figured their job out. Very important to make sure that there is some sort of movement. If there's not, you're gonna get bored. You're going to end up doing the same shit and it's not gonna grow you. So a big part of finding the right place is asking the questions like, how long have your employees been around? Have you had other interns before? Is there a goal that you have in mind for the company? Is there a 6-month plan, 10-year plan, some sort of plan of moving forward? And if the answers oftentimes are no, just realize that as an employee or as an intern, you have a lot of choices out there. The vast majority of them are not going to be great. And so you want to find places that actually align with that. Luckily, I'm building a network of businesses that are interested in growth. So if you're looking for an internship, DM me or find whatever, and I can try to find organizations that are close to you. Ideally, you're close to me, but I'll help you out, that have that growth mentality, that can screen those for you, but these questions will help you screen them too. So you might be thinking any internship is a good internship. Not necessarily the case, for the same reasons that I said so. You might be thinking that picking the biggest name brand is a good way to go. Yes, it's a good way to go if you want to figure out operations. A name brand is really smart to go if you want to figure out how are they training people efficiently, what are their HR policies, what are their pay ranges for the certain jobs that they present, and how do they make their money? You know, how do they standardize the creation of their money? Very useful stuff to know, especially if you work in a chain. Now, to get access to that information, you basically need to get to know your managers, which again requires some out-of-the-box thinking. You should say, when you go into the business, you might be thinking to yourself that I should be calling out problems. I should be someone that's sharp and aware. I should show my intelligence. In my experience, that's been a tremendous red flag, because if someone comes in and immediately sees issues, instead of realizing that it's going to take some time to adapt and understand, that person ends up continuing to complain, especially if those complaints are taken into consideration early on. I've made the mistake many times as an employer to be like, yeah, the stuff that you're saying makes sense. Let's try to implement it. Well, what that ends up leading to is more and more and more and more complaints. So you kind of want to be the person that comes in and doesn't complain about anything and just does the work. That's how you'll keep the situation strong for yourself, but also ideally humble yourself and learn what's actually going on quickly. You might be thinking to yourself that fun doesn't matter, then work is work. Work is work. Work is work, but there needs to be something in there that ignites you. You have to be engaged and intentional in life. That's what this channel is about. How do you become engaged and intentional and go and find those opportunities? Sometimes the environment just isn't the one for you. You gotta know what that is. So, I'm gonna give you a bunch of questions, okay? Ask them, have they had an intern mentored at the business before? Ask how the business makes money. Ask culture relevant questions. Ask who their best employees are and why. Ask why the owner got into the business. Oftentimes small businesses, the owners will come and actually do the interview. So, understanding who they are as a person, understanding their passions, great way to earn an understanding of what this business actually is capable of. Choose growth. Choose growth. Choose purpose, not comfort by default. Watch before you judge. That's a big lesson. So it's going to take a month, approximately a month, for you to kind of learn what's going on in that business. Be astute. Don't ask the real questions. And at the end of the day, if it's something that you're not interested in, always be looking for other opportunities, guys. A little tidbit I'll give you at the end of this video here. You really want to have a list that's always growing. Always build up potential energy. Always increase your list. Always be looking for new things, even if the thing that you have is absolutely perfect. Why? Because there's more to life. There's more to life. And when it comes to opportunities, you never know what's seeking you. And you never know what's around the corner. Especially in the internship stuff, you're gonna come across a lot of jobs that really aren't worth it. You're gonna come across a lot of opportunities that really aren't for you. But that's a part of learning who you are. And it has to be fun. It has to be engaging. And you know, the way that I would always look at it is people are either charming or tedious. A job is either charming or tedious. Parts of jobs are tedious. But if the vast majority of it is charming, keep it, right? Parts of relationships are tedious, but if the vast majority of the relationship is charming, keep it. So key to feel that in your soul and to use your intuition to make sure that you are in the right place. Actualize your potential catalyst. This world needs you. Take care of yourself, and if you need help finding that internship, or if you need help finding a place that's growing locally, first and foremost, use ChatGPT. Use some sort of AI tool to actually determine this for yourself. It will ask you the questions if you ask it to ask you the questions. And if you need further help, obviously DM me. I also do remote internships if you're interested in developing your leadership and actually building out your own initiatives. I can help you build partnerships. I can help you get internships locally. So go ahead and DM or comment below if you're interested in that type of stuff. I am here to help you. That's why this channel is here. So take care of yourself, and I'll see you on the flip. Peace.